Can you tell us a little bit about Javier Milei? Nobody expected him to perform as well as he did in August when Argentina had this mandatory presidential primaries that usually function as a sort of highly accurate predictor of the first round results for the presidential election.
Right. Yes. Milei has been around for a couple of years, and he was. It's not like if the polls were giving him 5% and he got 30. The polls were giving him 20% and he got 30. He didn't come out of nowhere, but it was a surprise that everyone had him in third place in an election that is relatively tight. But Milei did take a slim lead, which is what no one really predicted. He's definitely a character. Milei is a bit out there in many ways. He is a very true believer in what he says. I think he sounds very authentic to many people, and that is very valuable on the age of social media, to not look fake. He is a libertarian economist at heart. He is very ideological in that way. He has an explanation for the crisis, which is an alternative explanation to what politicians are usually giving. There's been a lot in the last 20 years of blaming inflation on companies, on multinationals, on some kind of bogeyman, and not any look at the state, on the giant debt schemes that the central bank creates, on the profligate spending by the treasury, or the typical stuff that Argentina does to create this massive inflation crisis that we have. And Milei has put his finger on that. He has said the central bank, the central bank, the central bank. The chainsaw means cutting public spending, and so he is getting to something real there. He says, okay, we have to change what we have to dollarization, and use the US dollar as a currency, which is something that very few countries have tried, but most importantly, which Argentina doesn't have the money to do it, because you to dollarize this, maybe I don't want to get too technical, but you have to replace all the circulating pesos, which are a lot, for US dollars, which Argentina doesn't have at all. So Milei is proposing to do that, and Argentina doesn't really have the money to do that at all. It would have to take massive loans to do it, which Argentina, no one wants to loan money to Argentina right now, obviously. You need 40% of votes plus 10% difference to avoid a runoff, which is not completely impossible for Milei to get 40. But I think right now the base scenario is no runoff, but everything's possible. Milei is starting to get attacked. That's the new thing. Milei was ignored, really, in the mainstream press, at least. He was very popular on social media and so on, and that was a bit underestimated, I think, by analysts. And what we're seeing now is that the TV channels, especially the Macri-friendly TV channel, the Bullrich-friendly TV channels, the center-right, is attacking Milei a lot, and really everyone is attacking. So everyone kind of let Milei rise, and now they're really seeing him as a threat. The center right can really disappear or split. It can go into complete crisis if Milei wins. He's on the defensive right now. He knows he can win. He doesn't want to screw it saying something stupid. He will get attacked a lot. He is getting attacked a lot, and he will have to show poise and competence and look presidential, really, in the coming weeks to keep what is now in many ways his race to lose. That's I think the dynamic that we're going to see.